A splendid hello to each and every one of you checking us out here on the new HSL Radio Network, the official radio outlet of the Hockey Simulation League. I am Vince Brown in the building with a cast of characters. As you can see, we've got our first two games finally ready to go after some consternation and constellation and all that fun stuff. So, as I, the president of the Hockey Simulation League, introduce you to a cast of characters kicking it with us on this inaugural podcast, let me shout out to my longtime broadcast partner. He is the owner of the Detroit Ice Dockers, downtown Jack Brown. What up, man?
I'm doing pretty well, and I'm getting hyped for Wednesday night, heading off to Charlottetown, but I know it's going to be an easy game for me.
I wouldn't say that too quickly. I was looking at the rosters, and we got some stout talent in this league as opposed to the last crazy incarnation of this that we were in.
Yeah, no, I mean, I totally agree with you on that one. You know, this league is going to be lots different competition. Obviously, we have a smaller league. You know, you only got 4 teams, so there's a lot less of a diluted talent pool. So things are going to get crazy in a fight towards the end of the season.
I'm telling you, I am so stoked for our opening night game tomorrow night. As he mentioned, it's actually going to be the Halifax Highlanders. They're traveling to the Carolina Pirates. That is a 7 o'clock Eastern Time face-off down in the Queen City of Charlotte. And then on Wednesday night, the Detroit Ice Dockers will tangle with our folks from Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, the Charlottetown Squall, that is. And we'll be talking with some of the folks that'll help make this first season happen. As a matter of fact, on with us right now, my counterpart in the management. Let's meet the vice president, Killer Cam Hoffman. What's up, man?
Oh, how you doing today? I'm doing great.
Boy, I tell you, I gotta hand it to you, man. You have been burning the candles at both ends to make sure that everybody is accounted for in this league. The logos look absolutely fabulous. We've got a brand new game engine that we're using here in the HSL, and it's an old school favorite, but having seen it in action and kind of kicking the tires on it, NHL 2K10 is going to be worth it.
NHL 2K10 is pretty widely regarded by the sim hockey community as the best simulation of professional hockey in video games.
I couldn't agree more. You've got some great views, either vertical or horizontal. The gameplay is just outstanding. It's real nice graphics. Even with the stock elements in place, it really gives you a nice feel for, at the time it was created, a great base level simulation of pro ice hockey. And then now you add with the stuff that we're getting ready to do with it, especially with all the custom lines and the custom uniforms and logos. Man, I'm looking forward to this, Chief. Okay, Cam, where'd you go? All right, I think.
What was that? You cut out there for a second.
Oh, okay. No, I was saying that I'm looking forward to what we're going to be able to do with it, with all the customizations that we've been able to throw in there. It already looks good from some of the screenshots that you put up earlier in some of the private chat rooms. The close-up view is absolutely fabulous. I love the center ice. They couldn't have done a better job with center ice than what I saw.
Oh, it's beautiful. And the best part is the customization of the game is just really nice. And I'd like to eventually find some of the people who have made current mods for the game to put out mods so that we can have custom center ice and custom ads on our what's it called?
Yeah,
on our
like,
boards.
like custom boards, custom as and whatnot. Now, I like some of the some of the stock that we've got there. Geico's in the piece. I think a couple of other major advertisers. But
Oh yeah, real brands there.
yeah, but the great thing about it is you're not bombarded with constant network branding like you are in the EA Sports side of the things. And I think that's what kind of takes away a little bit from the current editions of the EA NHL series.
Oh, it's not just EA NHL. It's EA games, sports games in general. They're just very advertiser heavy, and when you pay $60 for a game, you're not asking for advertisers to be advertising in your face. You'd expect it to be a game with just a game, and the ads on the boards are for realism, not for we paid to be in this game.
Exactly. We are talking our preseason flavor here on this very special podcast here on the HSL Radio Network. We're also streaming this to our folks via YouTube. So for those of you that are seeing the replay now, this is what we're getting ready to rock with you come tomorrow night when we drop the puck, 7 Eastern, 6 Central, from Charlotte, North Carolina, to get things up and going. Also, if you want to follow with us on the web while you're checking out the game, we're at www.hockeysl.com. That's the Hockey Simulation League official website. Again, that's www.hockeysl.com. I see our fearless commissioner, Tom Pepper, is in the mix with us. We've also got one of our other owners, Nate Robinson from the Carolina Pirates, who are up in tomorrow night's opening game. One of the players that'll be in the mix, Adil Mahmoud. If he can come on with us to kind of give us the player's perspective of what's happening tomorrow and on Wednesday. I'd love to hear from him. I've got my old Toronto teammate Olivier Laflamme in the building. If you want to join us, folks, we're here in the HSL radio chat room. If you want to join us here in Discord, that's where all the back behind the scenes action happens. Go to hockeysl.com, click on the chat room, and that'll give you the invitation to come into here with Discord. Now, if I can bring Jack Brown back in here in a little bit to talk about who we've got on the rosters. I'll start with your roster, Jack, the Detroit Ice Stalkers. And going back over during the draft, you wanted to make sure you had some defense to get the party started. Your first pick was J.W. Doyle, and you wasted no time snatching this youngster.
No. And obviously, something interesting about my team is that I have 2 enforcers on standby. To the best of my knowledge, I'm the only team in the entire league with any sort of enforcers at all. So obviously I was looking for some nice, grueling, grinded out defense. And, because obviously, as they say, defense is the best offense. That creates a very interesting sort of team from the Detroit Ice Stalkers.
And you know what? I'm looking at everybody's roster, and you're absolutely right. For as far as the user players are concerned, you have 2 enforcers, including yourself. However, the Halifax Highlanders have an enforcer in 6'7", 240-pound forward Gino Hans. Yep. Yeah. Well, you ain't the only one,
bro. I may not be the only one, but I'm certainly the only one to have multiple user forwards. I know that if you go into the generics, you get a lot of enforcers. I know the Squall themselves have 3 enforcers.
Yeah.
On their non-user side, it's absolutely wild.
And would you believe they're all the Hanson brothers? Of all the hockey leagues in the joint, we're the only ones I think that has all 3 Hanson brothers playing on one club at one particular, actually a player type, but they're all in the front line.
Yeah, I mean, when they unleash that madhouse onto the ice, I mean, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to deal with that.
I tell you what, as we continue here in our preseason podcast here on the HSL Radio Network and via HSL on YouTube, for those of you who want to follow us on YouTube, it is youtube.com. Search for Hockey Sim SIM League, and that'll come to directly to our page, and you will definitely see how we do what we do. Already have some all-name team selections before we even drop the first puck. I mentioned the Hanson brothers. Well, yeah, because they're the Hanson brothers. For your Ice Stalkers, Chairman Meow has entered the fray on the blue line.
Yeah, I mean, he led the glorious People's Republic of China to the industrial world. So, you know what? I felt as if he would lead us Ice Stalkers into the glorious Atlas Cup for 5 consecutive seasons. I mean, it's only logical, you know?
True. The Highlanders have a one or two. I think they should be able to hold their own on the all-name team. One of them being Dimebag Darrell. Who could ever forget that kid?
Yeah, I mean, may he rest in peace. And, obviously Pantera is a great band. So, I don't know, maybe Halifax is some way to revive Dimebag Darrell and throw him out to be probably one of the best defensemen in the entire league. Who knows?
It's a rather short one at 6'1", 220. But it sounds like his speed might be able to give the Highlanders something good on the counterattack. Right next to him, right wing enforcer Jean-Luc Picard. Yeah, living long and prosper up there in the Maritimes, as it were.
I'm not sure if you saw this, Mr. Washington, but our own commissioner's evil twin is on the Pirates.
Tim Popper?
Yes, Mr. Tim Popper.
Oh, good Lord.
Tim Popper, the 5'7", 150-pound two-way center.
Yes, that definitely rates all name mention. My goodness. Well played, Commissioner. Well played. I like that in you. Oh, my.
Well, of course, if I may throw out 2 other names from the Ice Stalkers, we have Gene Rick, one of the greatest players of all time. Of course, we also have the greatest pitchman of all time on our team in Billy Mays as a defenseman. I mean, come on.
Oh, my goodness. You're talking about the late pitchman?
Oh, yes.
Are you saying that he died because I resurrected him and put him on the Ice Stalkers?
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Let's see. Oh, and for the Carolina Pirates, I love this one. Let's welcome a 6'3", 185-pound defenseman, Sierra Mist. All righty then. Boy, we are going to have some
I think
fun.
Carolina's won. Hey, Nate, I got to say this about you guys. Carolina has won the name game when it comes to your generic players.
Just flat, hands down.
Yeah, you got Tim Popper, you have Sierra Mist. You have that guy. I mean, come on.
I mean, how can you lose with that guy?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, 5'11", 235. That's a bit stocky for a right winger, but if that guy can be that guy, well, hey, he's that guy. Okay, we really have worn that one out. As we proceed to give you what you need here on our preseason HSL podcast, as you can see on the screen there, we've got our first 2 games already set to go tomorrow night. It's going to be a good one to start the action. It'll be the Halifax Highlanders at the Carolina Pirates, and then on Wednesday, the Detroit Ice Stalkers are at the Charlottetown Squall. That's all right here. Follow us, hockeysl.com, Hockey Sim League. If you're checking us out on YouTube, I'm awaiting the Twitch indication. I believe our fearless commissioner will let me know that before we get to that particular game so we can let everybody know in social media. Oh, by the way, speaking of social media, I need to let everybody know what our particular Twitter and Instagram and Facebook is. Hockey Simulation League is what we are on Facebook. Over on Twitter, we go by. Come on, dashboard. Work for your boy tonight. God, don't you just love technology sometimes?
Oh, it's my favorite.
It's a party favorite, I must say. For those of you who like the tweets, hockey SIM League, the word spell out. For those of you on the gram, as they say, hockey SIMLGE is how you'll find us there. We post each and everywhere. So there's no excuse of you not wondering what the biscuit we doing each and every night for the Hockey Simulation League. As we proceed to give you what you need, let's see. Let's see, where am I at? Oh, there's the alerts. Hey! Okay, that was from about 32 minutes ago. Okay, so the commissioner did tell everybody, hey, it's podcast time, dang it! I do concur. Matter of fact, let me bring one of the broadcast team members, if he is listening to us right now, Michael Trujillo from the broadcast team. Come on in here, bro. Let's get some of this work here real quick so we can talk about what we're expecting. Because I believe he's got game number 2, which is the Wednesday night game between Detroit and Charlottetown. Mike, let me see if I can unmute your mic here. No, you're good to go. Come on in, Mike.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, guys?
There's the man, Mike Trillo, my broadcast colleague in the building. What's up, Chief?
I'm doing all right. I'm getting ready to call some fantastic simulation hockey later this week on Wednesday. I've got the second game between the Squall and the Ice Stalkers.
I got to tell you, I've had a chance to look over these rosters a little bit, and granted, it's only 4 teams, but this has to be the most competitive-looking set of 4 rosters I've seen yet in anybody's simulation league.
It's gotta be. But the amount of talent we brought over from the now defunct GHSL, plus a lot of new talent coming in the league, is we've done a great job of getting the word out. We've got a great rosters up and down all 4 teams. Let me give you some names to watch out for. For the Pirates, Christian McTavish, 6'2", forward playmaker.
Mm-hmm.
Look for him to get some goals this season. He should be dynamic down, crashing the net, looking for rebounds. For Charlottetown, I want to bring your attention to defenseman Steve Vitak, only 5'10", but should really be able to boss those forwards around. For the Ice Stalkers, you got to go with the number 1 overall pick, J.W. Doyle, the only player enforcer, as we've already heard tonight. He's going to be starting fights. He's going to be getting his hands in there, blocking shots, doing it all in the defensive end. And for the Highlanders, Olivier Laflamme, he's in the chat right now. He did a great job in the GHSL, and I look for him to get some goals in the HSL as well.
Let me go back real quick to with the Pirates real quick, as you mentioned. My old Toronto teammate Christian McTavish, and I know this firsthand, having been on that front line with myself, Chris McTavish, and Ashley Finch. I tell you, we tore up the net when we had the chance to, and McTavish is an absolutely outstanding passer. He can see the ice, especially in the zone, absolutely well.
He is. And the big unknown for this league for me is how the goalkeeper is going to play. Because we saw in the old league, there was a lot of shots on net, and goalkeepers were making a lot of saves. I don't know if that's going to be the same in this, or it's going to be toned down a little bit, the shots are. But I still think goalkeeper is the most important position on the ice.
Well, I see some goalkeepers that I saw in the last league that I think may be able to make the grade here. One right out of the gate, Chris Cologne, who was with the New York the New York not Revolution. Who were those boys? Rebellion. There we go. Something repelling something, but the New York Rebellion. He held his own at 6'6", 245, almost like the big guy from the Tampa Bay Lightning in the NHL. Just that big, wide body that it's going to be real tough to get it in those holes. You got to be a darn good marksman to get it in on a guy like Chris Cologne.
And I just been told that it is going to be about the same shot percentage-wise as we had in the old league. So look for the goalkeepers to either make a name for themselves or give up a lot of goals. There's going to be not really much in between.
Yeah, you're going to have to really, really be on the ball here. Speaking of ball, Victor Ball makes the switch, believe it or not, from defenseman to goalie in this league. He was the captain of that Hamilton club that really shocked everybody in the GSHL and made some waves before the league's untimely demise. And Victor Ball, I think, might be there to find himself a C on this jersey before it's all over with.
Yeah. Listen, guys, I gotta get. I'm still a college student. I've got class tomorrow, but it's been great having me on. Thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to calling the Ice Stalkers and the Squall on Wednesday night.
That sounds like a plan. Mike Trujillo from our HSL radio broadcast team joining us here on our preseason podcast as we keep it moving, grooving, shaking, and baking. I am Alvin Washington, a.k.a. Vince Brown. Killer Cam is in the building with me because you know we do what we do. Killer Cam Hoffman is holding it down. I've got Jack Brown from the Detroit Ice Stalkers. He is their owner, also defenseman as well. Adil Mahmoud, come on in, man. I want to talk to you. I really do want to talk to you and get a player's perspective on what's going on here, so that people can understand what we got jumping off here. While we get ready for him and or Nate Robinson, owner of the Carolina Pirates, who are in our first game coming up tomorrow. Again, we just want to reiterate, it is Halifax at Carolina tomorrow night. Face-off time is 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central Time. And then on Wednesday night, it is Detroit at Charlottetown. That's Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island up in the Maritimes. That is let me get the correct thing on here. I believe that is a 9 o'clock Eastern Time face-off. And I am correct, 9 o'clock Eastern. 10 o'clock in the Maritimes, 8 o'clock in the Central Time Zone. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the wait is indeed over. We are ready to drop the puck on this bad boy. Let's see. Can I get one of you guys to come on in here? Mr. Mahmoud, Oh, that's why I couldn't get you. Okay, if I just do that, I might be able to have something here. Okay.
You gotta unmute him.
Okay, I actually did unmute him. Okay, Adil Mahmoud, I think you should be good to go. Unmute your mic and let's talk to you real quick. While we're waiting on him, Cam, just going back over some of the technical schematics that we've had going on. Again, just looking at some of the screenshots that have been bandied about. Gameplay looks beautiful. The jerseys, the actual jerseys themselves. You outdid yourself, Cam. You really did, man.
Hey, man, I just did all the work that the owners needed.
And we've got some pretty cool
It's
owners.
It's really their league.
It is. We got some pretty cool owners this time around. I mentioned Jack Brown, who's on the podcast with us. Nate Robinson of the Pirates, also one of the owners. Want to give a shout out to, let's see, I'm trying to find some of the owners here. Richard Fist, who's owner of the Charlottetown Squall, and Halifax owner Cash Savage. Boy, that is a hockey name for you.
And I think we might be looking forward to seeing a pretty physical hockey league here.
Well, I certainly hope so because I mean we had just some out-and-out scoring machines in the last one, which is not bad. I mean, hockey really isn't known to have the scoreboard lit up like the old league did. But hey, some folks just like offense a little bit better than defense. Let's see if we can get some old-time hockey in here. I'll tell you what, it looks like they're just kind of content to kind of chill. So I understand. So I tell you what, Jack Brown, any last words before we get up out of here? Wait a minute. Hold that thought.
What?
Hold that thought, Dad. I thought I saw Nate come on here. Nate Robinson, come. All right, Nate Robinson, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Beautiful. All right. Hold your last thought, Jack. Let me talk to Nate Robinson. He is the owner of the Carolina Pirates. They're up in our first game coming up tomorrow night. Nate, I know the folks in the Queen City and all across the Tar Heel State are just chomping at the bit to get this league going.
Yeah, we're hoping to bring lots of fans for the game one and, kick off the league in a good start.
All right. Well, you got. I think you got some pretty tough customers in the Halifax Highlanders. And just looking over their roster a little bit, they look to really put a lot of emphasis on offense. Defensively, the way that you have your team set up, do you think you've got the right components to maybe pull a few shutouts here in this coming weeks?
Uh, I'd say so, yeah. Our defense right now is a bit more offensive, but I'd say they can pull it off.
No.
And Halifax is a tough team, but we got a pretty good chance on them.
So you see, you've got a lot more Ray Bork types on your club on the blue line, then, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I can dig that. I can dig that. Who is on this frontline user portion of the club do you think will make a difference and impact in the early going here in your running the league?
I feel like Apollo Chekovian will be a great goal scorer, and Vance as well will probably be racking up points. Also, as you said earlier, McTavish will be pretty good.
Do you feel that maybe your goaltenders with the size that they have and the skill sets that they have might be able to make a difference in keeping games pretty close if it has to come down to it?
Well, as one of the goaltenders myself, I'd have to say so, yes.
Okay. That sounds like a plan. Well, we're pleased to have been talking with owner and, as we now understand, goalie Nate Robinson of the Carolina Pirates. They are set to host the Halifax Highlanders in our opening game tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the HSL Radio Network and HSL on YouTube. It's going to be an absolutely fun event. I'm looking forward to it. Nate, I know you're looking forward. The whole team is looking forward. The whole city is looking forward to it. We appreciate you having us on the program. Jack, some final thoughts here before we get out for tonight.
Really, apart from what has all been said, I myself am extremely excited for Wednesday. We're heading up to PEI. Absolutely beautiful this time of year. It's gonna be great times, but I hope that we can get out dub, come back, and then I think we have to head down to Halifax. Then we come home, take on Carolina.
All right, that sounds like a plan. Well, folks, that does it for our opening webcast, our opening joint here. And I couldn't be more proud of the folks that have joined us here in the league, the folks that have are ready to do it. And Jack, nothing to do it but to drop the old biscuit and let's get the party started.
Couldn't agree with you more.
A very special thanks to Detroit Ice Stalkers owner Jack Brown. Thanks to our Vice President Cam Hoffman for joining us. Thanks to Carolina Pirates owner Nate Robinson for joining us. Thanks to my broadcast colleague Mike Trujillo for joining us. Everybody in the HSL radio room. Everybody checking us out in the chat room. And thanks to you here on YouTube as well for checking us out. We have just completed our first official podcast, our preseason podcast. We dropped the puck tomorrow night, May 22nd, 2018. The Carolina Pirates host the Halifax Highlanders. And then on Wednesday, when we switch over to Twitch, it'll be the Charlottetown Squall hosting the Detroit Ice Stalkers. For all of us, I am Alvin Washington, reminding you the preceding has been a very special presentation of the HSL Radio Network, copyright 2018, in association with the Hockey Simulation League. Join us online at hockeysl.com. Until next time, so long and take care, everyone. This is the Hockey Simulation League.